All right, I want to talk about the lesson on the discriminant, and I want to kind of explain what this question is even asking, or what they're asking you to do here. I'm going to go over to a document camera. It might go in and out of fuzziness. Hopefully, we can still do the lesson though. So, what they're asking is if you have a quadratic equation, which if you look in the top left-hand corner, I have our quadratic equation here, it should equal zero. If it doesn't equal zero, everything else falls apart. So we need to set it equal to zero. And in this quadratic equation, we've got some number x squared plus some number x plus some number. So a, b, and c are numbers. And we're just filling in the blanks with a, b, c here. If you take the square root of b squared, and I put extra set of parentheses here, I'm going to do that in my examples in a little bit, minus 4, that's always 4, times a times c, depending on what you get as a result, that's going to tell us what the graph looks like. That's called the discriminant. So when we graph this quadratic equation, when we graph it as a parabola, there's 4 ways that it could come out on the graph. It could be that we get 2 nice roots here, 2 places where it crosses the x-axis at nice numbers, like 2 and negative 3. Those are nice numbers. So when you take the square b squared minus 4 times a times c, if you get one of these nice numbers, or any other whole nice number, or even a decimal, but a nice one, that's called a real rational solution. And again, if we're coming from this quadratic equation here to get a, b, and c. If, when you do the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, if you get a crazy decimal, so I'm talking about like negative pi, or the square root of 10, a decimal that never repeats, it never stops, it's just a jumble of digits, we're going to call those real and irrational solutions. So you're doing the same thing every time, the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, but depending on what solution you get, it's going to tell us what the graph looks like. So it could be nice number solutions, real rational solutions, could be crazy decimal solutions, real irrational solutions. It could be that parabola never touches the x-axis at all. It floats up here somewhere. If that's the case, it never touches the x-axis, there are no real solutions. So when you do the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, if you get an error, or undefined, it depends on your calculator. Undefined is the better answer, but if you get an error or undefined, that's a non-real solution. And that's what that looks like here. The fourth and final way that this could pop out is that it could barely touch the x-axis at one spot. One point right there. And we call that a double root. So when you do the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, if it equals 0, we're going to call that a double root, and it looks like this, where it just barely touches the x-axis. All right, let's look at an example. Okay, if you don't have a graphic calculator, or not a graphic calculator, kind of a fancier calculator at home, like the blue ones I have in class, I recommend this desmos.com, desmos.com. And we're not going to graph. So don't click on Start Graphing. We're going to go down here to the scientific calculator. So scientific looks like this. And I'm going to type in what I have right here. Put that right there. Okay. And I think I can maybe see everything. We'll find out. Nope, not quite. About like that. That'll work. Okay. So I'm going to type in the square root of the b number squared. So go back here, example problem. A is this one. B is going to be -4, and C is going to be 4. So A, B is +4. So in my calculator then, I'm going to do the square root. And I said that I was going to put parentheses around B. That is going to make a difference. So I'm going to put parentheses. I'm using my keyboard to type because I'm lazy. -4, which you can certainly click around at. Here's parentheses down here. Minus, so going back here, -4, and that's always 4. No matter what, it's always 4, times the A number times the C number. So 4 times, and going back here, the A number, it doesn't look like there's a number here. The A number is 1. If there's no number in front of x squared, it's a 1. So there's 1x squared. So A in this case is 1. 1 times, and I gotta go back here. What was C? C was 4. A lot of 4s in this problem. 4. I get the answer undefined. Well, if the answer is undefined, or yeah, if I get in my calculator undefined, it's not a nice number, it's not a crazy decimal. Undefined, a non-real solution. So you would click non-real roots. And that's how you do all of these. A is 1, B is -5, C is 4. Or C is 7. So you go to your calculator and you do the square root of parentheses B. Uh-oh, I apologize. Look, I made a mistake. I didn't put squared. That made a difference. I forgot to put the squared. In all my formulas, I have B squared, B squared, B squared. I didn't put the squared. Let's go back here. Now that I have the squared in there, I get a different answer. Answer is 0. 0, if it equals 0, that's a double root. So the solution for number 2, this should be a double root. Now these answers aren't all correct, so don't just go through and click them. But same thing then, you would do -5 squared minus 4 times 1 times 7 and see what result comes out. If you're still not sure, if you're still getting wrong answers, please let me know. Email me, text me, whatever you need to.